from LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology from IT ICT department. I'm going to take a session from module 4, that is A to D and D to A converters. The topic that we are covering in this session is digital to analog converter specifications and also analog to digital specifications. Now with respect to specification, if we are talking about, then specifications are the needs that for a converter or for a circuit is needed. As for example, if I am talking about a D to A converter, that means the converter will need some of the specifications that will help in conversion. Now if I am talking about specification, the first thing that comes in converter is resolution. Now with respect to resolution, the smallest change that can occur in an analog output is as a result of a change in the digital input. Why? Because in analog, then when we are converting it, we are having output as the waveforms. So here the waveform will change with respect to a smallest little value change in the digital input. Now if I am talking about digital, that means 0101 value. Now whenever we are talking about the output here, that means analog waveforms. So here resolution is a very important factor that we need to consider in order to design a converter. Now if I am talking about resolution, it is equal to the width of the LSB. Now what is LSB? The least significant bit of a digital value. So LSB, and also referred to the step size. Whenever you will increase in ascending order, that means LSB to MSB, the value will increase with respect to 2 ratio. Now with respect to 2 ratio, it will increase in the power form. So a small little change will give a very large change in the output. So whenever will increase in the step size, we need to have the amount or the ratio at what amount the resolution will change. So that thing here, the step size is the amount by which Vout will change, the voltage output, as the digital input value is changed from one value to the next. So step size we need to consider, and we need to find it out at what ratio the value will change. So here the formula we will get as the percentage of resolution, which is equal to step size, means the increasing order, divided by full scale into 100%, because we need to have the resolution in terms of the full value. Okay, now the full scale value, which is equal to the number of steps into step size, which is equal to step resolution, that is highest resolution, which is equal to 1 divided by, means from 100 the 1th value will be, which is equal to 1th divided by number of steps into 100%. So this was the first specification that we need to consider whenever we are designing digital to analog converter. Moving forward, the next type of specification we need is accuracy. Okay, so here the accuracy is specified in terms of full scale error and linearity error. That means the waveforms which is generated at the output side, is it smooth, is it wavy, it is square, or it is non-linear. So that thing we need to consider in order to have the accuracy in the output. Okay, so with respect to that, the full scale error is the maximum deviation of a DAC, that is digital to analog converter output, from its expected value. Okay, so the maximum highest changes that we can get when we will step forward in a step size. So that is the accuracy part. Now with respect to accuracy, we'll have the next term, the next specification is the settling time. Now whenever we are getting the output, we will have a wavy form, and after wavy it will have a smooth structure. So the time that it needs to get settled, that is the time that we need to find it out whenever output is being generated. So here the time required for the analog output to settle in within, that is now within what? So here the digital value is from LSB to MSB. So here within half LSB, half value of the final value after a change in the digital input. Whenever it will change, the value will change with respect to output. So here the smallest change or the smallest value, that is half of the LSB value, when it will change, or it will require the time required to change that value from LSB to MSB. So that is the settling time. Okay, now with respect to that, The another specification that we need to have is the offset voltage. Okay, so ideally the output of a DAC, that is digital to analog converter, should be 0 in order to have the binary input as 0. That means if we are inputting the value as 0, that means 0 0 0 0 if I'm talking about 4-bit, so the DAC output voltage will also be 0. Now if however suppose there is a small output voltage, if we are getting some voltage under this situation where the input is 0, then it is known as the offset voltage. This situation is called the offset voltage. No, okay. After that we are having monotonicity. Okay, this configuration or the specification means the staircase output that we are getting with no downward steps as the binary input is incremented whenever we are increasing the value, because if I am talking about digital, that means it will always have an increasing order from LSB to MSB. It will always increase, it will never decrease. So whenever we are talking about and we are going from positive to from 0 to positive increasing order, at that time if I am getting a binary input which is incremented form from 0 to full scale value, at that time whenever we are getting the output and it is in the form of staircase but not in the downward direction, in the upward direction, then this means that it is having a monotonicity structure. That means the structure is known as the staircase form. Okay, so after this we are having another specification, that is temperature sensitivity. Whenever the temperature will increase with respect to that, if the digital input does not change or it does not vary, that means it is temperature sensitive. Okay, after this specification we will have an example and we'll see the formulas that we have derived from this specification, how it works. Now suppose we are having an example. Suppose an 8-bit DAC produces Vout which is equal to, suppose I have taken an example of 0.05 volt. For a digital input is also defined of 8-bit, that is 00 00 00 01. Okay, find the full scale output. That means we know that full scale output is needed for the specification. And what is the resolution, the first of the specification? Also Vout for an input of, suppose if I'm changing the input from 00 00 00 01 to 00 10 10 10. You can take any of the example. Here I have taken this example. Okay, so how we will find out the resolution, how we will find out the full scale output? So here the solution will include, first of all we will find it out the full scale output. So the full scale output, we are already knowing the formula. Full scale output is equal to step size. Step size means we are increasing order, that is from 0 to highest bit that we are having in the question, into number of steps, which is equal to, that is step size which has already been defined as 0.05 into, now step size will be 2 raised to, how many bits are given? 8. So 2 raised to 8 minus 1, always we are having the highest value as minus 1. So 2 raised to 8 minus 1 which is equal to 0.05 into 255. Now 2 raised to 8 is 256, minus 1 is 255. So 0.05 into 255 which is equal to 12.75 volt. So we got full scale output as 12.75 volt with respect to the formula which has been already derived in the specification. Now the next thing that we need to find it out is resolution. So the percentage resolution, that means the 100% or the 1% resolution, which is equal to 1 divided by 255. We have already been knowing the step size, into 100%, which is equal to 0.392. If you will calculate, you will get this resolution answer. Okay, now with respect to this, if input is changing, that means input was 00 00 00 01, this was the input. Now if I am changing this input from this value to 00 10 10 10 value, we will get output Vout as 42. That means if you are counting this 8-bit value with respect to binary to decimal value, you will get 42 into 0.05 which is equal to 2.10 volt. So this is what the specification part that we have find it out with the solution and with the formula itself that we have already been derived. Okay, so this thing that we have talked about was D2A, that is digital to analog converter specification, that we need to consider whenever we are designing the D2A converters. Okay, now I am talking about second part, that is analog to digital converter. Okay, here also we need to have some specification. So here the specification will be with respect to some points, like as for example, the first is range of input voltage. Whenever you are defining the specification, we need to have the range from positive value to the highest positive value where it will be reached. So this is what the first specification. The second is input impedance, the amount of impedance that you are providing at the input part. The third, accuracy, but of course accuracy in terms of step size, if you are increasing and you are getting the output, how much accurate it is. So this is what the third specification that we need to consider in both the converters. The fourth, conversion time. When you are converting that as an analog to digital or digital to analog, we need to have the conversion time at how much ratio or how much time it will convert. After that, the last or the final specification that we need to have is the format of the digital output. Means if I am taking digital output as a staircase form, that is 010101, so that will be, if it is in a wavy form, that means zigzag form, then it will have value of floating point numbers also, negative numbers also. So this format we need to have into consideration whenever you are designing the A to D or D to A converters. Now, after the specification part, the last topic in this chapter we are having, and today we will end this chapter, that is with the last circuit, sample and hold circuit. Now, whenever we are talking about sample and hold circuit, sample means when you are inputting something, you will get some output. But whenever you are inputting and you are getting some value with respect to input for the first change, you will hold that input for some time in order to analyze it, whether it is structure form, whether it is wavy form, whether it is the accuracy is correct or not. So for that, this circuit is being used. So sample and hold circuit sometimes is represented as SHL circuit, which is also being used with analog to digital converter to sample the input analog and also to hold the sampled signal. So basically it is used with analog to digital converter in order to hold the sampled signal that we are inputting into the system. Okay. Now in this circuit, the analog signal is sampled for a short interval of time, because whenever you are inputting something, you will wait for that input whether it will change in what type of output. So that input is being given and it is hold. Now for that, we are having a range for holding the input, that is 10 microsecond to 1 microsecond. After this, the sample value is hold, and until the arrival of next input signal, the value will remain as it is. So it is hold for 10 microsecond to 1 microsecond, but for that period, the value is being analyzed, whether it is in terms of correct value or not, or accurate or not. So with respect to that, this concept is being derived. Okay, as you can see here, we are having sample and hold circuit here. Input is given, that is signal is to be sampled, and we are getting B0 as the sample value to be holded. Okay, and here the value which is given, that is sample and hold circuit, means the value is hold here. Okay, now with command terminal, that is clock, sample then hold, then sample then hold, means when you are getting one sample, you are holding the circuit, then you are getting to the output. When another sample will come, the sample will go into the circuit and it will be hold. So this is what the structure is. With respect to sample and hold circuit, it consists of two components, that is analog switch and second is holding capacitor. Okay, the following circuit will show you how it has been handled into the system. That is the sample, analog input is being defined here and the sample is being given. Now when the sample is given, nothing will happen into the circuit. The hold part, see, as you can see here, the hold, this sample will be hold at this point of time where the sample command is being given as a sample, and when it is hold, it will hold till the analog output is being received through signal. Okay, so this is what the sample and hold circuit is. So here we have completed this chapter, that is analog to digital and digital to analog converters, all the types, that is converters, that is with the specifications part, and with the last topic as sample and hold circuit. Okay, thank you.